Says lurk lurk. Holy crap, Redbear's still alive. Who would have thunk it? Not me. Okay. Yeah, stream starting soon, but it has started, so I should probably take that off. I think I remember how to stream. I think. We go to Derail Valley. Okay, good. That looks like it's working. I'm gonna trust it. Now the music sounds loud. Volume leveling. Okay, just before I started the stream, I was setting up a custom difficulty. Now, pretty sure I saved it, but the thing that I set is gone. Oh, there it is, the Red Bear Realistic. Hello, everybody, whoever might possibly be there. I doubt it because I didn't announce anything. I just said I'm gonna make myself stream, and then I streamed. So hello. Okay. Derail Valley Simulator. The game has been completely revamped in a very good way. A big update of what they've been working on it for what, like 2 years before it came out, I think? Something crazy like that, but it's a huge update. I'm sure everybody knows about it by now. It's been out for what, like a month? I've been doing a lot of reskinning and stuff, so I haven't, well, I played enough to get through realistic. I think I just got my last license, or I might just need Hazmat 3, something like that. But so now I want to start from the beginning again. Start from the beginning on stream, and this profile I only ever play on stream. That's the idea anyway. So I'll go through the so basically what I did is I started off with realistic, and then I made things harder than realistic. Like multi-servicing, I turned that, well, that's not really harder, that's just a quality of life thing, but I turned that off. Remote switching, normally even on realistic, this is set to comms, so that you can throw switches with the comms radio like any sane person can. I turned that off. That means the only way to turn switches is by walking up to them and turning them by hand. So, if I'm gonna take a train somewhere and I don't want to have to stop to turn a switch, I'm especially thinking of going to the harbor from Steel Mill, I'm going to have to run up there without the train first and just turn the switches and then come back and get the train. That's the kind of difficulty level we're going with. I don't know why, but I don't know. I'm doing it. My realistic save that I've got just about all the licenses on now. Settings are pretty much the same. I just made this profile, so I have to make the difficulty settings over again, but yeah. Normally on realistic, this order payouts is at like 150. I knocked it down to 125. I don't want it too low because, and the time bonus is high too because it takes so much longer to do everything. So yeah. Let's see. Of course, all this is still on. Yep. I'm just scrolling over all the difficulty settings so you can see how ridiculous this is. I mean, it's mostly just realistic. It's just I added a few extra things. Oh, no, I didn't get there yet. Okay. Also, I have no idea how the audio is. I'm thinking that music is probably too loud. I'm gonna go down to 1. Audio mixing, the absolute worst part of trying to stream. Rerail max cost, clear cost is all the way up. Derailed stuff does not automatically clear. Allow clearing of derailed vehicles before rerailing them. That's what that means. No. Nope, gotta rerail it. No comms radio cheat mode. None of that. Starting items basic. The dash distance. Now, normally unrealistic, it gives you a short dash. Like, I don't know if you've seen, like, Heist or anybody else playing unrealistic mode. There's still a dash, but it's very short. And I'm tempted to keep that on short just because, especially the big steam engine, it's pretty hard to get into without dashing into it. But you can do it. You have to kind of crouch jump, but you can do it. And the other thing I don't like about the dash distance short, still on short, is everybody that I've seen play it anyway. They still use the dash all the time. They just mash the hell out of the dash button. The whole point of setting it on short is so that you don't dash, in my opinion, anyway. But I'm turning it off because screw it. Off also means if I fall off the train at any kind of speed, I'm completely screwed. That train's going to derail before I catch it. Most likely. Unless I can manage to get onto one of the cars behind the locomotive and then work my way back up to the locomotive before it derails. I have to be very careful. I haven't really fallen out of the train much at all in my whole realistic playthrough so far, though, so I think it's fine. No map blips, so you can look at the map all you want, but you're not going to be able to see where you are. That doesn't really affect me too much because I have the map memorized so much. I've been playing this game way too much. External view dash. Fast travel, I was very tempted to turn this completely off, but I'll leave it set to paid because I still have to choose to do it anyway, so yeah, sure, if I want to pay to fast travel. But I don't think I've ever fast traveled in this game. The only time I've ever fast traveled was when I was trying out the multiplayer mod back in Overhauled with David, when we had to fast travel around to try to get jobs to work. That's more of a bug fixing thing than anything else. So, day duration, I was tempted to turn this to 24 hours, but if I do that, what's going to happen is it's going to be daytime all the time, pretty much, and then when it does get dark, I'm going to sleep in the bed, and then pretty soon it'll be just daytime again. So I'll keep it to the 2-hour cycle. And I do like that you can sleep in the stations and sleep through the night, basically like Minecraft. I think that's good. If I'm on a train running job, like a freight haul or whatever, I'm probably going to deal with it being dark. Probably not going to sleep. I try to sleep like between jobs, but sleeping completely freezes time basically. So you can sleep in the middle of the job and you don't lose any time. It's not like American Truck Simulator where if you sleep while you're driving a load, it counts against you. You know, that doesn't happen here. No weather editor, of course. Rain is on, of course. Weather change speed. Speed of weather change in relation to day duration. I think that's how often the weather changes. It was set to 75, or I think it was set to 75 originally. I turned it down to 50. I don't know if I'm making it better or worse by changing this, actually. I would like it to not rain quite as often, but I don't think that affects how often it affects how often the weather changes, not how often specifically it rains. So, like, 100% would be it only changes once a day, I think. Okay. So, 75. I think 75 is okay, actually. We'll find out. No time limit. Hardcore saving, which barely affects me because that's how it always was and overhauled anyways, that you just have one save file that you just overwrite. So you don't get to have extra saves to fall back on if you derail or something, which basically is how it was before simulator anyway. So okay, save, nope. Save the selected difficulty preset. Done. Why does this difficulty say standard? How do I how do I use the Red Bear Realistic? The Red Bear Realistic. It's because it's a different session. I think it's not letting me do it. Well, then I guess I'll go to one of the other sessions. I wanted to keep it separate from the other session, but I guess it doesn't matter that much. There it is. Well, it does matter because it wants me to continue the one that I've been playing, which I don't want to do. Red Real Plus. Can I start a new one? You'd think with how much I played this game, I would know how this works. That's just going to be this, and because it's hardware core saving. Oh, branch out a new session from the selected save file? Ah. Red Real Plus stream. I would like the Red Bear. No? I guess that was the other session. Okay. Red Bear Creative. Let's go through this again. Hmm. I'm sure there's a better way to do this. No, not Red Bear Creative. Red Bear Realistic. Yeah, they changed Realistic recently to allow you to use the keybinds when you're within reach of the controls. But I'm going to set it back to how Realistic was when it first started, which was no keyboard driving. Which, if you guys remember from when I used to play this all the time before Simulator, I used to always drive with the keyboard. And I was pretty amazed on how well I picked up with the new update. I picked up not using the keyboard controls and just using the mouse wheel and everything. I mean, you'll see when I start playing, but I'm used to it now, basically, so it's okay. Order payouts. I think 125 is still there. Okay. Okay. Try and remember what else I fiddled with on the Red Bear Realistic, which is gone now. I think I changed any of that stuff. Basic. Dash off. Okay, I think we're good. Save. Okay, so now. No, it's still. I don't want. I want new game. That's sad how I can't really figure this out. Red. So, realistic Red Reel Plus. That was my regular Red Reel Plus stream. Realistic. I want to start, not continue. I have to. I'm going to back up my save and then delete it. Just backed it up on the freaking desktop. Okay. No tutorial. Start. Oh, it's a new game. One way to skin a cat. I just cut and pasted the save file out of the folder, put it on the desktop. I'm sure there was a better way to do this, but I couldn't figure it out. Why is there a picture of the iron? Let's see what happens. There should be a new run here. You'd think I would have set this up before I started streaming, but nah, how hard it could it be? I'm a Derail Valley master, right? I don't know why I'm even talking, but okay. Back. Oh, yeah, that's new because it's telling me how to select orders and stuff. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. I like this song. Skip the song button, I think. Okay, so I'm hitting the dash button. I can't dash, so that's good. I have Skid Manager all set up, and I still have knuckle couplers on, right? Hopefully. Yes. Cool. Well, hopefully everything looks okay on the stream. Okay, cool. So the downside of playing on this kind of difficulty is, as you noticed just when I walked up to that car, I can't dash at all. So everything's going to be a lot slower. Also, because I can't dash, I can't be like kicking cars around. Because I can't dash up to the car and control it and stuff like that. You just can't do it. You know, the car's just gonna roll away from you before you catch it. So, yeah, definitely slower. Okay, long one. Believe it or not, with the job payout, this is the upside of realistic now. With how high the job payout is, I might make enough money just from a little bit of switching, although probably not, to like get myself another license. Oh, I have to buy shunting. This is one thing I really wish they changed. Since you always start with a DE2, I feel that you should start with train driver and shunting, and then have to buy freight haul for $1,000. I mean, it's only $1,000. It's not that big a deal, but you know. But you should have to start with shunting and then decide to do freight haul because you're starting off with a DE2. It's a shunting locomotive, so it's kind of funny that in the very beginning, unless you buy the shunting license, you have to just take a set of 3 or 4 cars and deliver it somewhere else. I don't know. It's just a little silly to me. But I guess they figured most people, just from the streamers that I watch actually, most people, if there's anything, but most people don't really like to do much shunting. They think it's too boring. I can kind of see that, but at the same time, it's really not that boring. Like if you're doing shunting correctly and getting the cars ready before you start the job and stuff like that, or even if you don't do that, because there's even more of a time crunch that way. And if you're, especially if you're like, say, heist and trying to like kick the cars and do Dutch drops and all that, it's not boring. It's, in my opinion, but whatever. Okay, let's see. I have to set up my hotbar. This is something new for simulator that you could set up really nice. I don't have a lantern just yet, so for now I'll keep that there. Map always goes there. Wallet always goes there. Actually, this station map I never use. Compass never use. What can I say? I just have the game memorized too well to need that. Oh yeah, that's it. So if I were to say grab this, press 7 to put it in the 7 slot, does it still put it in 2? No, it puts it where I want it, 7. Okay, good. Let's unload. Always do loading jobs first. Because if you do the unload first, then you're going to have empty hoppers in the way of your empty flat cars to load up. So always do loading first. Okay, do that. That's long one. I think long one is only like 10,000. So this one little pick up 3 cars is worth $11,000, which is really good. It's also because it's 3 pickups, so it's only 3 cars, but the 3 cars are on 3 different tracks. So that's why it's worth as much as it is too. But still, there's another 3 pick. Wow, lucky. It's kind of annoying to have to find these cars all over the place, but the payout is really good. Okay, and I can't do hazmat too anytime soon. Okay, that's a possible. Delivery to goods factory. Deliver goods factory, that's long one. That's for 36 tons. I'm not going to be able to do that one with DE2. The DE2 has been nerfed a bit, I think. Like we used to always be able to say the DE2 was good for 400 tons, on, maybe for shunting, but not on the road. Okay, nope. Tons, nope. It's 343 tons. But they're just in case I know make enough for a long one, I want to do it, but I'm definitely not going to be able to do logistical haul. Though I'd love to start off by going to the sawmill and then doing the harder, well, harder. It's the more rural stuff that doesn't pay as much. But the two of the 3 new locomotives, the DM3, which is a diesel mechanical shunter, which is more powerful than the DE2. It's actually a lot more powerful than the DE2. And the 060, the small steam engine, they are both, each one I think is like $30,000 for the license, and they have no prerequisites. The M3 and 060. Oh, 060 is only 20,000. They have no prerequisites, and they don't change your copay. So you can start playing around with the 060 and the DM3, which is easy to screw up and destroy. But you can start playing around with those and still have a copay of $100, which is very nice. I like the way they did that. It makes sense. So yeah, okay, these are. Take this one. I'll just stick it. All right. So I have that. I have that. Okay, so this one that I picked up, I put it in 8, but since I already had something at 8, it defaulted to the lowest number spot, so it's stuck at 2, which is fine. Okay, comms radio. There is no option for switch. Oh boy, when I first started doing this, and I was like, what? No switch? No, no switch. Okay, so I usually default this on work train. It's a little silly because I don't have it yet, but basically, as soon as we can, we're gonna buy the freaking hand cart. Because when you can't dash around, the hand cart's very useful. I guess I'll just put out freaking reskin for now. Not that this matters, because they're no non-derailment switches anyway, but... Oh wow, there's a DM3 right here. What gun is that? Oh, Western Pacific. Cool. Well, I'm not gonna have $30,000 for the DM3 here, I don't think. Hey, Baltimore, Ohio. Oh, that's... I wasn't gonna reskin anything, but I forgot to take out the one with the static 22 for the number. So, there. 71, I guess. One of my skins. Okay. Let's see, I want to face... I'll face out this way. Makes more sense. Now, one thing you can still do even in the most realistic settings is you can use mouse mode, which is people are calling alt mode because you press alt to go into it. I changed the keybind for me, but yeah. That is very useful for things like the turntable, so that you can turn the table. There it is. Without having to look down at the thing and then not being able to see where the table's turning. Yeah. So, I cannot even like stand here and dash into the locomotive. Can't even do it. You have to go in the correct way. Which is fine with most of the locomotives. It's gonna be a problem with the 2A2. You can do it, but it's tricky. You have to jump, and then if you're not high enough ground when you try to jump in, you have to jump and crouch at the top of the jump to get in. I guess they call it crouch jumping, like in Half-Life. They really need to make it so that at least the best thing would be to make ladders actually work the way they're supposed to, but at least make it like the DM3. I don't know if it's going to let me do this because I don't have the license. Why can I? What? No, okay. It's just not telling me. But anyway, the ladder doesn't necessarily work, but you can jump, and there's like a little half step, so you can jump once and step on the and kind of hang off the ladder and then jump again and get in. It works pretty good. They need to at least do that with the 2A2. Why didn't this tell me that I couldn't use it? It's weird. Maybe I turned off that highlight. Anywho, this is actually almost a little bit simpler to start. Yeah. There's more switches, but... electric starter, traction motor, dash light, cap light. Fun fact, you can turn off all the electrics and still start the engine. I don't know why the engine runs without electrics, but it does. And, we have controllable lights now. It's daytime, so I'm just going to put it on one little click. We're airing up right now. Handbrakes on everything, which is beautiful. Actually, when I get to switching, I'll probably have the doors open all the time. Okay, load. That's my other load. Unload job that we're not going to do yet. There's a nice little pocket right here. Put your job sheets in. So I'll usually try to put as many load jobs as I can in my hands. And then the unloads I'll put here to do later. Be somewhat nice. Hi there, Liz. How you doing? Oh yeah, there's like chat rules or something, isn't there? God, I haven't streamed on Twitch in so long. I don't even. I think everything's working. How you doing? Off we go. Ah, work. That sucks. Yeah. Yeah, you've getting more and more responsibilities, it sounds like. Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, is there a reason for that? Actually, I cut it too short. There. Yeah, it's super tiny. I think it's legible, though. Ah, yeah. A lot of businesses are doing that. They're like, nope. Somebody decided COVID is over, so everybody's got to go back in. Uh, yeah, I guess it kind of makes sense, but I can see it from the business side of things because they're paying who knows how much money to have, rent or ownership on a building, and then nobody wants to go into the work job, so I can kind of see it. But hey, 2 days a week, that's better than five. Uh, I think Blues happen to go in a few days a week too. Yeah. I mean, you got the experience now. Yeah, you can find another job that's just always work from home. Sure. Nice. Yeah. Okay. Where am I going? I probably need to go here, actually. Yay, weekend. Oh, I'm alright. Putzing along. Haven't done much in a while. I've been trying to make myself stream for like the last month or so, and I finally did it today. Just, and I did it the same way I always have to do it. I couldn't like schedule it or plan it or announce it or anything. I just had to say, okay, I'm going live. Not good for the viewers, but if it makes me do it, then it makes me do it. Mm, yeah. Yep. I'm hoping if I get back into the feel of things for streaming and stuff, then maybe I'll actually like make a schedule and stream more often and whatnot, but one step at a time. But I'm starting Derail Valley here from scratch, so that should be plenty of content to stream. I want to get our Minecraft server back up and show that off too eventually. Because, we've all done so much on it. Okay, there's my unload shop right there, those three hoppers. Yeah. Yeah, everybody kind of collectively stopped at the same time. So, and my little issue was I was doing so much like reskinning and stuff. Yeah, it is how it goes with Minecraft. But I was doing so much reskinning for this game that I was like loading up the game and then exiting and then loading up the game again and all that. And doing that with the server running was not making my computer happy. But now that I'm not doing so much of that, I probably could just have that server run without much of a problem. But I have it set up now so that it's not running unless somebody says they want to play it. It's just I'm a little worried that people are going to be like me and not want to ask to have it running, and I'm like, I really don't care. Sell 66. I'm just guessing these are the right cars, by the way. 66 and 79 are the only jobs we can do. Hey, there's one of my hoppers of KT. Nice. OW, that's mine too. 66 and 79, right? Yeah. And back here is something that I probably can't do. I would have taken the job if I could do it. Oh. Armored Core. Yeah, so one of the VTubers might have streamed that once. One of the new ones. I didn't check it out though. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Yes. I'm upset. I didn't watch them as much, but I did like listening to Vesper a lot. He had a lot of good stories. You know, he was like, he was always identifying as the old man, even though he's probably no older than me, probably younger than me. But yeah, that stings. Yeah, there's a lot of rumors about what happened, and I think Vesper, a lot of it maybe with him was he wasn't really into the big idol stuff so much. Mm, yeah, like he wasn't into singing much and stuff like that. But I think with the Hollow Stars, that's not as big of a deal. I don't know. Who knows? There's a lot of rumors going around, and then some people are thinking that they had contract negotiations, and who knows? People are saying that Magni was almost more popular before he became a Hollow Star, which I don't believe. Nothing's bigger than Hollow. Contract negotiations. Yeah, it's very possible. Was he? Yeah, I believe it. It could be part of why he's not coming back. Oh, it's too bad. It's too bad they can't even come back and do like a goodbye thing or whatever. But they're not. It's really sucky with Vesper because he just. Oh, I think Magni too. I know Vesper just got a brand new model. Always could be a pain to have him to be undercover, yeah. Vesper like got a brand new model. He used it like twice, and now he's graduating. Oh, it sucks for the artist too. I mean, yeah, the artist already got paid, but still, it kind of sucks that they put all this work into something and it gets used twice, and now it's retired. And I think, yeah, Sana. Yep. Yeah, I read that. I was like, yeah, they did Sana too, and I'm like, oh, that's not nice. Then I saw some mean comments about people saying, Sana's model sucked. And I'm like, I don't think so. I liked Sana's model. It was pretty darn good. A lot of people really didn't like Iris's first model. And I actually kind of liked her first model better than the new one. But I mean, especially with the hollow stars. Are people just watching them for the model? No. New one's too bright. Yeah, it's yeah. Yeah, I guess maybe the face itself was a little weird. I didn't, I didn't really notice it that bad, but obviously they had to do it so that she could have like VR. Now she's in 3D with everybody else. Oh, uh, got it. Pro strats. Fauna. Fauna's a gamer. Yep, she's pretty good. I'm not into the ASMR stuff too much, but when she's playing games and she, gets sweaty, so to speak, and really becomes a gamer, and it gets pretty good. Yeah, yeah, I can't do the ASMR stuff either. Let's see. Guess I'll stop for the switch because I don't know where my cars are. I need one. I have one of each right now, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. I don't do any of the ASMR stuff, but everything else I like better. Let me see. Which order do I have this in? I'd like to not have these all scrambled up if all possible. 79, so that one's 66. Uh, 67, nope. 79, okay, I want this. And I want the, okay, so put the whole thing here, yeah. Yeah, Fauna's been building that world tree for I don't know how long now. She's still gonna be building it for a long time. God, that is a project. With all the stuff that I do in Minecraft, that is a project that I don't think I could ever take on. That giant tree. That was slow enough. Different. Okay, now I shove the whole thing back and dig out the other car. So that's two of each car of each job. The third car for each job is going to be over in the big yard. Wow, it's good money though. Oh, I was just talking about Fauna, the crazy big tree that she's been building, and she still has a crazy amount of work to have to do with it. That's a project I don't think I would ever take on. Freaking tree. Hmm. Yeah. Minecraft Mondays became Minecraft Tuesdays. Yeah. And she's like, yeah, I needed a wolf farm, and I needed this, and I needed that. And I'm like, no, just work on the tree. Oh, I can't blame her. I don't know if I would be building it out of wool, but that's just me. I mean, the trees would, but you know, it's got this. I think it's going to be in 4 quarters for the 4 seasons, and she's working on fall first with orange wool, and it's like, oh boy, she's got enough lightning rods. Hachima, yeah. Oh yeah, she's a crazy good builder, Hachima. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she built pretty much Hogwarts. Yeah, and then on the JP server, the big giant tower thing, more than just a tower, it's huge. Uh, that I saw a lot of because Crony and Fauna had a bit of a wacky arc where Fauna was like working for Crony, and then Fauna got Crony lost in the Nether, and then Crony went chasing her down, trying to kill her. Yeah, that was fun. Giant tower battle. Yeah. I know there's a Gen 3. I mean, on one side of things, it's kind of crazy that there's already a Gen 3. On the other side of the things, it's been 2 years since Council came out, which is crazy. Time flies. You know, Council's going through their second anniversary right now. It's like, wow. Yeah, it really does. But it makes sense because, you know, Sana's been gone for a while, but it's like, man. Really, really, we're not quite there, huh? Switched, switching the lights around between forward and reverse much. Oh well, nobody's here to yell at me. Okay, this one's 66. Yes, good. Which is the 79. 79. That's 66. Yes. Okay. I made these cars, by the way. W. And the number manager. Man, figuring out these numbers. Whew. On the flat cars, it's not so bad, but yeah. Did I not get the handbrake? I always squealed. Just sworn I kicked off the brake. Yeah. What? Did not take off the independent. Oh, that. Oh yeah, I did just grab the string. Right. I gotta be a little gentler with the throttle on this thing. I was just doing a bunch of switching the other day on my other save, and I just got the slug. And when you hook up the slug to this thing, you can just throttle it all the way to notch 8, and it won't do any damage because most of the power is going to the slug. Yeah. Without the slug, though, you gotta be very gentle with this throttle. Yeah, the new Advent girls are pretty good. The twins are gonna have to grow up. Don't watch the twins too much. They're a little... I don't want to say gimmicky, that's not the right word. But they're a little too much. I'll watch highlights of them. You know, like when they're in sync and stuff like that, it's pretty funny, but I don't know. They're a little too cutesy, if that makes any sense. It's kind of like the other earlier VTubers when they first debuted, and then after like a few months or something, they settled down into their normal personalities almost. I'm hoping that'll happen with the twins. They'll just take it down a notch. If that makes any sense. The rest is definitely my favorite of the new ones. She's got an amazing voice, and she's a bit wiser and older, which appeals to me. She's got the Midwestern accent thing going on. Well, probably Minnesota accent more than an accent. Not accent, accent. And that's cool. That's different. Okay, so 66. Right. Rain. Now I can probably clear it. I'm gonna come back. No point in pushing it. But I got a trick up my sleeve. I'm gonna shove it back a bit. Yes. Saves me one trip back and forth at least. It goes that far past it. It's not. Yeah. I know it's never going to happen, but boy, if they ever add two-person multiplayer to this game, it would be amazing. Just to have one person drive and the other person be the brakeman slash conductor. That would be awesome. Yeah, by the time I figured that out, I was already past the switch anyway. It's not worth it to try to get cars. This doesn't really work. You can't teleport. kind of worked, but by the time I got it all sorted out, it was already past the switch. Yeah, it's not that big a deal. It's starting to rain already. Gonna start. Okay, now we gotta go up to the big yard and find the other two cars we need, which are probably gonna be buried, I bet. Getting enough for the wipers, I think. Maybe. That's the wipers, that scary noise. Think. Really? It's not wet enough? Thought it was raining enough for them, but I guess not. Damn it. I didn't pull the pin. The handbrake? Oh, it's living dangerously, huh? Not really. You're good for like a couple of hours before the air bleeds out of the cars. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 66 on the front end and 79 on the other. Yeah. So actually I have to fix the order of these job sheets. 66. Oh. Yeah, boy, I'm gonna have to put something here just so that that stops happening. Put something here too. Now can the wipers go on without making scary noises? Somebody didn't put it in forward. Good. Yeah, we're good. I think I'm gonna stick these on the loading track and then go find the last two cars we need. I think that's the better plan. And if people are wondering why the new update took like a year and a half or 2 years to come out, look at the graphics. Look at the rain and the fog and everything. Well, there's not fog right now, but there was a little bit of fog. It's really good. They added so much. That's there. And I don't have a lantern or a flashlight yet, so as soon as it gets just a little bit darker, I'm gonna go to sleep and try to sleep through the night. But I have to let it get pretty dark before I sleep because you can only sleep for 8 hours, I think. And the night lasts longer than that. Yeah. Oh, I slid the wheels. Good thing my copay is $100 right now.
Hello there.
Did it work? Did you hear it? Because I didn't. I saw it pop up on the screen over there on OBS. Oh, good. Okay, as long as you guys can hear it. No, no, what are you doing? Just ready for that yet. What buzz? Are we sliding? I didn't hear any wheel slip. Buzzed. Huh. Okay, so 66 in the front, 79 behind. So I'm gonna want 66 if at all possible on the second of the two cars when I put them together in the year. There we go. That's how you stop without sliding wheels. But with a big train, I wouldn't recommend doing that because you end up losing all your air. Right away. Just to be safe. Yeah, it's getting dark. But the other yard is lit up pretty good, I think, so work in the dark a little bit. Yeah, before I streamed, I wanted to try to figure out if all that stuff was still working, like the sound alerts, and I think the stream elements stuff is still working. I was able to make the sound alert, the noise from stream elements to work from the website, but there's nothing left in the activity feed because I haven't streamed in like a year. So I couldn't like replay somebody's alert from before. Make sure it works that way, but I think it all works. Find out if Sergi shows up. Well, if he didn't already use this free stuff or something. I've been bad with forgetting to use up my free Amazon sub lately. What, the buzz? I think the buzz must be for wheel slip. Slow, back to press switches. Oh, okay. Yeah. Stop. Okay, 66 and 79 we're looking for. Second. I guess it does kind of sound like that. Uh, okay. Before Simulator, we had that. What was that? Wasn't the flashlight mod, but it was like a flashlight. You pressed like Shift T to turn it on and off, and the sound of turning the flashlight on and off was straight from Half-Life. People who's commented out there like that's Half-Life. I'm like, okay. 86, of course. The cars that I want aren't right on the end. It's 66 and 70 something. There we go. 78. 66, 79. They're going to be all the way at the end. Okay, thanks for dropping by. Have fun. It's still 86. Yeah. Wow. Okay, there's 66. I knew it. This is 79, right? Oh, 67. Really? Really, game? That is barely clear. The sign's back there. 79. Okay, so one car here, one car, yeah. Well, I guess it's a... Well, are there any other open tracks besides the main thing? No. Tempted to grab those two cars and pull them around the Y. Just turn around so they don't have to dig them all out from this end. Because this is a lot of flat cars to dig out just to get to those two single cars at the other end. I think probably a better idea is which of these output. It's the shortest. I figure I'd move one of these sets of cars over a track. This one. Move this one over a track, and that'll give me a through track, and then I can run around, grab those two cars, and come back. So we're going to grab these cars, stick them, I think they'll fit here. Just stick them on the input track for now. Actually, it would make more sense to put them on this track. Put them on this track. Music. Blizzard didn't say that the music was overly loud, so I'm gonna go up to 2. This song is just too quiet though. I really gotta sort through the songs on this list a bit and get rid of the silly short ones, maybe. ones that I don't like so much. At least I'm starting to learn where the skip button is on my keyboard. I have a newer keyboard. It's a Red Dragon. And it has buttons for the media player, you know, play, pause, skip forward, skip back, all that. But instead of on the left side of the keyboard where I'm used to those buttons being the top left, they're at the top right. And the ones at the top left are like file, open the file explorer and open email and all that crap that I've never ever used ever, those kind of quick buttons. So I kind of wish those buttons were the other way around, but I'll get used to them. That was some kind of warning for the crossing. And, did I throw the switches right? Yes, I did. I saw that one turn and I was like, Brakes. I'm gonna start slowing down early because I don't want to have to throw the brakes on all the way and slide the wheels all the way down the line. Trying to avoid that. Yeah, handbrake was on this end at least. Gonna be that lucky on this set of cars. Now it's on the other end of this set, of course. Don't think I'm gonna have to shove him back more. This is only like 2, 3, 4 cars. I think it'll fit without having to shove back. Let's see. I thought my lights were on, but they weren't. Slip. I think the rain's letting up. This is a bit longer of a set than I thought it was. But it's okay. So. Yes, I hopped out of the train, but it's gone slow enough. It's okay. Also, what makes a big difference now that we can't teleport is what kind of car you're attempting to hop on and off. For example, these flat cars are very easy to hop on. Yeah, there goes the wheels. It's okay. So I'm not worried about hopping off the train and then hopping back on. It's easy. But if these were, say, box cars or hoppers, then I would be a lot more worried because they're gondolas even they're really hard to get on, and you can't teleport, dash, whatever you call it. I... Okay. I don't know if anybody's keeping a counter for not putting the reverser where it belongs, but that's the second time. Tap light on. I didn't touch that. I swear. It's the only problem with doing some stuff with the scroll wheel like this is sometimes you clip it and you don't realize it. Pretty sure I didn't touch the throttle when I did there. I love that they added lean toggle. It's just part of the base game now instead of an extra mod that we used to have to get. Very nice. Makes sense. A lot of stuff that was mods before is in the base game now, which is great. I heard rumors that the next update, the knuckle couplers are going to be part of the base game, and being able to turn off the buffers, which is great. I do understand the argument against it because the knuckle couplers are a lot easier to use than the chain and link. But the chain and link nowadays is so niche. The only place chain and link is still used is what? Probably Eastern Europe, which I guess makes sense because the developers are from Eastern Europe. Maybe England too? They still use... They might still use it too, actually. Actually have to hook up that. Doesn't matter. Could squeeze by there, but I'll give myself a little bit more room. You'd be surprised on level ground if you're just trying to move a little bit how much this little engine can do. Okay, I say that. Thought we were rolling. Oh, there's a handbrake on the other end. Come on, buddy, you can do it. I don't want to run all the way down to the end to get the handbrake off just so I can move back 5 feet. Come on. Yeah. A little bit more. That's probably good enough. I can get by there. Oh. I always try to leave those knuckles open. There was too much pressure on it to do it. Now I think it's late enough that we can sleep through the night safely. It's not going to still be dark when we wake up. Hopefully it stopped raining. Okay, fuel cut off. That's how you turn off the engine, right? It's actually kind of the emergency way to shut off the engine, but whatever. Handbrake overnight. Listen, I'm role playing it like it's gonna sit here for 8 hours while asleep. In reality, the game time just skips forward. The time is. Oh yeah, it's after midnight. Good. Now there's a couch here we can sleep on. There's also a bed upstairs, but I don't mind sleeping on the couch. A 7:30. Probably could have done 6:30, but I want to make sure the sun's going to be out. This is when we wake up and it's a thunderstorm. No, no. Okay, good. Six, 7, 6, 9. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be doing this. Parked. Good job. Probably should have left the engine running actually, because it's more expensive to turn an engine off and then turn it right back on than it is to just let it idle. But we're kind of role playing that we're sleeping through the night, so I guess it makes sense. I kicked it off already. Gonna clear, right? Yeah. Leave me alone, copyright police. This is a remix with Sonic music. I think this is safe. Anyway. Pretty sure I took the songs out that would get me clipped. But you never know. Whatever. I'll make anything off VODs anyway. Twin switch. I think I wanted 66 as the second car. So it would be the first one that I grabbed from this end. I want to be 66. Okay, so I want that one first. Are they both on that track, and I'm just stupid? 86. No, that's. Okay. The 66 is somewhere on this track. This 86, if I remember. It's all the way together. 67. But I need 66. Yeah, I need 66. Damn it. There it is. Okay. That wasn't too bad. It was still this end that I wanted it. Was close. Okay. There's no room. I'm gonna have to put them right on the main. That's fine, and then stash the 67 back. Okay. Sorry, my brain just died. 67. Alright, 66. 79 is the one I want. Yes. And I gotta stick them on the main so they can stick the 67 back in here. Right. Never passed the switch anyway, so not really much point to do that, but it looks cool, I guess. Probably should have stuck this in the other track, but it doesn't matter. Well, no, that's where it was before. Perfect. Closed, just in case I have to grab all this crap from the other end. I don't know why I would. Wish that the shunters had bells. It really should have a bell. It's a little silly that just this and the DM3 don't have bells. Everything else does. Should be right around here, I think, actually. That's where it is on 44 tonners anyway, but this is not actually a 44 tonner. Reminding myself that. Sorry, I'm just very American. See if we can stop before the crossing and still clear the switch. There's enough space, but it's kind of a specific spot to stop at. Yeah, there's more room than it looks like there is. Yeah, I need to throw the switch. I was pretty sure I was going to forget that switch, but I didn't. I still like to putter around a lot with the too. Because, yeah, it reminds me of my old short line days of 44 ton that we used to run. I was never an engineer. I never had to run it. I used to like stand here, hook up to the cars and stuff. It's fun. Brakeman. But I didn't close the end dock here, did I? Oh. Did not set any handbrakes, I don't think. So I wouldn't be sitting there long enough to bleed out of the air. And if you can't tell, by the way, I have it set to always run, so the run button actually makes you walk instead of run. 99% of the time, I like it that way. Sometimes, especially like when I'm just trying to move around in the cab a little bit, I kind of wish I wasn't running, but you know, that's my own fault because I could push the run button to walk instead. But I don't think of it. Hopefully raining again. Brakes. Not like the speed I was coming in at, so yeah. Is that a handbrake here? Alright, so that's 66 where it belongs, right? 6. 66, and I've still got one of the 79s up at the cab end. I could take the 179 I have up at the cab end, the engine, stick it over a track, and then pull the whole string out and hook up to it, then have it all ready to go. But I can only do one job at a time right now anyway. So I think I'm just gonna keep the 179 up the engine and just take it for a ride as I deliver the 66. Then I'll just come back and hook up to the other two 79s here. Might as well. Let's lock these down. Because I'm pretty sure 1, 2, 3 66s. Yeah, the 66s are on the loading track ready to go, so yeah. Okay. Let me just oh, hold on. I'm an idiot. I can't count. 1, 2, 3. I meant to keep this one popped just in case. Now I gotta go forward and relock this. Back. That should have been good. Nope, it was not. Two, I didn't. I didn't close the angle cog here. That's like 66. Oh, I see what happened. This one's 66. Yeah, I see what happened. I didn't fix the right one. Makes sense. Makes sense to me. That's mostly what matters. Alright. It's more with feeling. Not at this time. Okay, so this one's going for a ride. 1, 2, 3. Brake. Closed. It's open. Does have a handbrake. Okay, now we're good to go. Okay, this is 66. What I like to do with these loading jobs, when I start the job and find out what output track needs to go on, set the tracks to the output here before you go over here and actually load the job and stuff, because I can't dash around, so yeah, I'd like to have all the switches set as much as I can. Okay, they're giving me 162 minutes, and since I already got all the empties together, we're going to finish it in about 10. Maybe 15. Okay, got the 3 cars. Load them up. B4. That's 1 track left from center, I believe. This one's B4. Yep. I hear Billy Demise music, but it's very quiet. Now, the only problem with the way I set this up with the cars is now we have to load them up, and the thing to load them up is way down at the very end. Should have shoved it all down. That's where the hand cart would come in handy, because you would put the hand cart on that track, and just run all the way down here on the hand cart. Get there. But yeah, I think I put the description for the stream as slow and boring, because that's what it is when you're unrealistic. You're doing these switching jobs and they take a while, but it's decent money, and I don't know, I kind of like it at this pace anyway. Okay. Great luck. Pretend we're checking the straps. Tie down the load. Now with Number Manager, by the way, you can set Number Manager to use the actual car numbers. So like 720 here, let's say 720 here. The reason why I don't do that is because, at least with my skins, I am making a point to make the numbers on the locomotives historically accurate. So I have it set to only a certain specific range of numbers on the locomotives. So, and if you use the in-game numbers, then you'll end up with this locomotive, instead of being 71, would be 42, which I guess would be okay in that situation, but I think I have this set at 0 to 100, which is a little silly because Baltimore and Ohio probably only had like, I don't know, 10 44 tonners. I think when I set this one up, it was before I started really researching the rosters to try to be specific with the numbers. Now we got some weight to pull. No brakes, right? No brakes. Now always the fun part was switching out the steel mill. We got some loads and we got to shove them up the hill. The hill is put there just simply to make shunting a little bit harder. I'm sure of it. It's not that bad of a hill, but when you got to start on it with a D2, it's not that great. It's okay. Well, how we're picking up speed, you can tell how bad this hill is. That was not going that fast when we took off from there. Did turn that. Let's see what the headlights. Nobody else here anyway. And look at that, we're starting to roll down the hill. Put the throttle on before you even release the brakes. So, come on, watch your amps. Unlike Heist, I care about the locomotive. Just at the crossing now. I tried. That wasn't that bad. Would have liked to come in a little bit slower, but it went. Yeah, I always tie into the set that I'm coming into because why not? Even if I don't have to shove it in, which I don't think I do. Well, I'm not gonna go. Listen, maybe it's because I used to work on a short line. I care about the yard workers, so I'm going to go down to the end of this train because hell, they gave me 100 and however many minutes to do this job anyway. I'm going to take this handbrake off this way down here. Yeah. And then I'm going to set it up at the head end. Because that's the nice thing to do. And I'm going to set two because there's a lot of weight here. Now, technically, with this game, I think you just need one handbrake. Like, to turn in the job, definitely you only need one handbrake. But, realistically, there's a sliding scale of, I think it was up to 3 cars. You could use one handbrake, and then it was like between 3 cars and 7 or 8 cars, it was 2 handbrakes, and then there was like a sliding scale of how many handbrakes you needed per cars. Loaded cars, of course. But the game isn't that specific about it. Let's forward a little bit. I did not put it in forward. Good job. How many times am I gonna do that? I guess it rehooked, didn't it? Oh. Boom. Almost $18,000 for that one job, 3 cars. That is the advantage of running unrealistic, people. I did one job. And we made, what did I say, 17,800? That's pretty darn good, and my copay is $100. That is how you make money quick. Play unrealistic. Look at that, we're at 18,000. 18,000? Yeah. 18,000 from doing one little switching job. Then I got one more little switching job to load, and then I got the one job to unload the set of cars. After all that, I might be able to buy that DM3 license, and we'll leave out of here with the DM3. Already, we haven't even left the first yard in the game yet, steel mill, and we're already going to be able to get the DM3, I think. I don't know. I'm not good at math. We'll see, but already at almost 20. The M3's 30, I think. No, wrong way. And the 060, I wish the 060 was here because that's only 20,000. I hate these horn things that go up and down. It's really annoying. Because you can't just use the mouse wheel if you want a long tube. Why did I close the door? Soon. Damn it. I wrote down the hell. Go ahead. Even though I only have one car, I'm trying to act like I have more cars just to get myself in the right, like muscle memory of doing everything correctly. Like I didn't have to blow the air a second at a time there just to keep the cars from rolling down because there was only one car. I could just hopped on the car and ran up to the engine. But I'm trying to get myself into the same, I don't know, rhythm as that muscle memory. I think it's the right, close enough, so that when I do run bigger trains, or it does matter more about the train rolling away from you, think about it. And the headlights, I'm really trying to get myself to change the headlights correctly. Alright, this is my other set of 3 cars. That's a hit right now here, right? Get this back. 7. 162 minutes again. B2. Oh, crap. No. B2 is the one I left open. Oh, thank God. I thought B2 was the one that I shoved the extra set on like this, but nope, that was not 2. Okay. 2 is open, so that makes it easy. I gotta. Well, I've been doing a lot of skinning work, so I can't really say that I gotta get back to work on skinning, but there is a bit more that I want to do. Starting to work on a Jersey Central Blue Comet. What's it called? Blue Meteor? Blue Comet? Blue Comet, I think. It was this blue streamlined passenger train. CNJ, Central Railroad of New Jersey, or Jersey Central. They ran up and down the Jersey coast for a while. It's pretty fancy though. I'm trying to get all the little details just right. Trying to like paint the spokes of the driving wheels of the steam engine white, and that is freaking tricky. I'm most of the way done with it though. Then I want to get back to freight cars. Like I only have like O&W and Southern freight cars right now. I think I want to make Missouri Pacific back. Already made a big D6 for Missouri Pacific, so why not? And for the locomotives, Missouri Pacific is pretty easy. It's pretty much all blue. Sorry, I kind of forgot which way I was going for a second. Really? Come on. Like we're anywhere near the crossing yet, but oh well. It's empty. I don't have to worry about this end. Oh, nice. Yeah, I made things easier for myself without even realizing it when I cleared out two before. So you could have a runaround track. Friday, that's a great time to stream right there. I'm just trying to get back in the swing of streaming anyway. People show up, they show up. They don't, they don't. I didn't give anybody any kind of notice. 17,000. I got one more job to do. Unloading. Yeah, 35,000. I still got one more job. With that. Just this one, right? I got 7. Really need a lighter lantern as soon as I go anywhere with the shop. One drop off, that's not gonna be worth as much then. 5,000. $5,000. $5,000 right now. Anyway, I actually take a little break. Idle meeting. Be right back. Let's see if I remember how to do a BRB screen. Alright, I'm back. I remember how to stream. Yes, okay. Alright, we got that unload job, and then we'll be done here in the steel mill. I think I'll probably buy the license for the DM3 since it's down there. The DE2 here is a good shunter. It's not really a road locomotive. In the beginning, you kind of have to use it as a road locomotive, but if you can start using something else as soon as possible, then that's a good thing. I still use this for shunting, switching. I always say switching, it's American, but yeah, shunting. But if all you're doing is switching out a yard and there's not much of a hill to deal with, I'm especially thinking of harbor, then you can do quite a bit with just one DE2. But as soon as there's any kind of hill involved or you want to try to get some kind of speed, no, that's just not what they're designed for. Which makes sense. Excuse me. Yeah, throw that switch anyway. Now having to stop before a switch so that I could hop off and turn it. That's very realistic to short line operations. I used to have to do that all the time. Or go through a switch and then throw it back the other way as soon as you're through it. That's very common too. You don't have to worry about doing that in this game because all the switches are non-derailment. You can run through them the wrong way and they just flip back. It's fine. Which non-derailment switches do exist in real life. I think we would call them spring switches, but yeah. Actually, spring switches aren't quite the same. I think spring switches would let you run through it from the wrong direction, but then it would stay thrown the same way it was already thrown. These are more like non-derailment switches because they are switching over when you go through. Not actually quite sure what you would call that, but not really spring switches is, I guess, the point. I think. I'm not sure actually. If you don't really get what I'm talking about here. See how the switch is thrown to the right now? If you were coming from this track out, if it wasn't a non-derailment or spring type switch, and you came in this way, you would break the switch, or even derail or break the switch or something because the points are facing the wrong way. On a spring switch, you would come through and the points would flip over. I guess there'd be some kind of spring involved. That's why I call it a spring switch, right? But then as soon as you're through it, the switch would go back to the position it was in. I think with the spring switch. These ones, when you come through it the wrong way, they just flip over. So that's on derailment switch. I think it is realistic. They do exist in real life, but little short line yards would never happen. But this is more than just a short line. This is the main railroad. So, makes sense. It's getting ready to get dark already. Jeez. Time flies when you're having fun. Race on the other end. So we got MKT, W, and MKT. Nice. It's gonna be a little bit tricky to shove up the hill, although we don't have to shove it up the hill that much. We just have to get it over the loading track. It's only 3 cars, but it's heavy. 240. All loaded. Put some actual lights on here. Yeah, she's not happy about this cold. I'm trying all these hoppers. See the amp meter here, that's why I'm kind of playing with the throttle a bit. I don't want to go a whole lot more than halfway. Well, you can go just about in the red, but I don't like to push it that far. Now these hoppers, without having a dash ability, are kind of hard to get onto, so I'm hoping I didn't already go a little too fast. Oh, never mind, you can just hop on them. I was lying. You can't really get in the pocket too easily though, which is a shame, because that's what you do in real life. And there we go. Thankfully we're going slow enough. Oh boy, we're starting to not go slow enough though. Okay. Sorry, I was getting a little worried. What I'm trying to do is get into this, they call it the pocket, this little space here. But you should be able to like duck under the bar and sneak in through here, but you can't. You can get in from the end, but that's risky. Yeah, there we go. That's risky at speed because you just do what I did and fall off the end of the car. Of course, I didn't need to get into the pocket just for that, but just trying to figure out for the future how to do it. And yeah, you have to do it from the end. You can't get in from the side. At least I know I can hop up on the side usually. Good. Unless I'm too low, probably, but okay, I can't get into the side of the pocket from either side. Okay. Good to know. And we're not down the hill yet, so that's nice. Shouldn't even bother with the lights facing backwards because there's giant hoppers in the way. You really don't need much speed when you're just shunting around the yard. It's a little silly to have to floor it and try to get as much speed as you can, just because to stop after a couple hundred feet anyway. Yeah, that's good. Alright, let's see where these goes. It's just one drop off, so easy, but not worth as much money. Ow. Ow. I only have 35,000 right now. If my copay was higher, it would cost me... Oh, whatever. The point is, it's always double at this machine, so it would cost like 6,400 to manually service it. But my copay is only 100, so there you go. We're just not going to manually service for a while, which is a little... I mean, it's fine because the copay is only $100, but I really like manually servicing, so probably pick that up before I really should. Probably not going to game the system as much as you could, I suppose. Okay, where's all these empties going to go? These empties, there's only 3. Oh, all 3 going to A3. Okay. So that means... I'm sure they would be one of the big tracks, but I guess there's still a lot of empties sitting there. A3. Let's get these switches thrown before it gets all the way dark. That one, yep, we're line for A3. And of course, since I had to service the engine now for $100, after I park it and I want to buy the license for the DM3, it's going to cost me another $100 because you have to have your fees completely paid off in order to buy the license. But I mean, that is nothing to whine about $100 in this game. It's just a little bit. I wish I could have done this one more job before I had to service it, but whatever. Unload. I have a feeling that just because today is the first day in over a year that I've streamed, my neighbor's probably going to call me in about a half an hour or so and want me to come over and hang out with him. And I can't blame him. I haven't hung out too much. He just doesn't hang out a lot. Just figures that one day that I don't want to go over there. He's going to call me up, but it doesn't matter. The whole point of this is to get myself into streaming at all. That's the first step, I think. Okay, running. Lights are set up. Brakes are up. And in the sleeps. Oh, since I serviced the engine, the handbrake's not up. Whatever. Glad I checked. The handbrake's in the cars, right? I don't think so. I would have been a little perturbed when we weren't gonna go because the handbrake was on, but I checked. Now they're empty now, so it should be a lot easier to move. They still got, even empties, the hoppers, they still got a decent amount of weight to them. It's not like flat cars where they're light as a feather if they're unloaded. Hoppers and box cars still have decent weight when they're empties. Not as much as Logan, obviously, but It's not nothing. Alright, I have to... Hoppers, I have to carefully hop on the side. I shouldn't... Okay, we're on. Well, we shouldn't have taken off quite that quick, but whatever. Oh, that's the switch. Oh god. Where's the air dump? I did it once. I want to click the coupler. I want to click. Hoppers are tricky. You can't teleport. I was trying to be a lot more slick than that, but it didn't work. I was able to click the angle cock once, but not twice. Fortunately. Guess I'll turn the backlights on even though there's hoppers in the way. It gives you a little something. I done missed a switch. God damn it. I was so intent on stopping the train, I forgot to throw the damn switch. This is what happens when we shunt in the dark. If I slept now, it's just gonna be dark when I wake up, right? Oh, it'll be a different kind of dark, maybe. See, we're on a job right now. But sleeping doesn't really cost time. If that makes any sense. I don't want to kill the batteries, but at the same time I can't see. Of course, that's another thing. I'm just adding some more realism with you can't actually drain the batteries in this game. But, you know, realism. Well, it's 9:15. I should be able to sleep through most of the night. 5:30. Just about. It's still gonna be kind of dark, but on its way to light at least. Yeah, start. Sun's just starting to come. Okay, so I gotta pull forward a bit and actually throw the damn switch. Okay. I think I need my lantern. Let's see. This time we're just gonna get it moving, not try to get any kind of speed out. So that I don't freak out on the air and then not throw the switch and yada yada yada. This time it's going slow enough that I can just walk up behind it. Blow the air easily. They gave us, what, 150 something minutes. Leaning, that's the trick. Why didn't I think of that? That's probably too fast. Just run along, you know, the edge of the hopper. That's realistic, right? Oh, hey, I found a perfect spot here. Good. Let's throw right. Yep. I don't remember if there's anything sitting on track 3 right now or not. I shifted some things around to dig out the cars I needed. Oh no, there's nothing there. Good. So I didn't even have to write the cut. Thought maybe there was a flat car sitting here and I'd have to slow it down. But there's not. Slow it down. Anyway. Slow it down too much. Beautiful. Now this is where if you had the dashing skill, you would just park the train and dash all the way up to the station to get paid as soon as possible, but I can't dash, so it's just faster to bring the engine back. You know, realistically. Every once in a while, I look over at something at OBS like flashes or changes, and like I feel like I missed something, but nothing's happening. Like, there's that wacky lighting stuff that was happening to Colonel Bell. That's next. So we're going to just put this away and get the DM3s. Alright. Well, actually, since I still got plenty of fuel because I just serviced the engine, we're going to put together whatever train we're going to take out of here now. Do we have 43,000, nice. So the DM3's 30. Just want to get like logistical haul. I think also needs concurrent. Yeah. Thinking of going one, so I could do that. 343 tons with the DM3. It's going to be a little bit tricky getting up into Machine Factory, but I can do it. That thing can really slog through the low gears. I think it pulled pretty good. It's 3 cars to Harbor. 3 cars to Machine Factory. Or we could not get any license and just take that. I guess that's another 10,000. That's another 11,000. It's much closer. We got long one at 17,000. I think we'll do this. Buy the DM3 and do this. Okay. Page 20. Yep. 1 minute. All right, just as I predicted, my neighbor called me up today. So they actually want to work on the shed a little bit. So I'm going to call it here. And I mean, we streamed for a couple hours, right? Streamed. Oh, almost 3. Almost 3 hours. That's better than nothing. And I'm going to try to make this a series and start streaming more often. I don't know how often. I'd love to get myself into a position where I could like set a real schedule and stuff, but I've never been able to do that, but I'd like to start. Anywho, oh, that's what's flashing. PD player. Anyway, I will see you guys around later. Bye.